Sex is not created for singles. Sex is not for homosexuality or lesbianism. Sex is not for the adulteress. Sex is not for you to go around sleeping with multiple people that you're not married to in doggy style, missionary, wherever you want to do it, at an alley or a club or one night stand. Sex is not for booty calls. Sex is not for the one night standers. Sex according only to God, because God is perfect, he's holy and righteous. Sex is only for marriage. Sex is part of the 401k benefits to marriage. Sex is part of the benefits to marriage. Sex only is honorable in marriage. So when you are having sex and you're single, or you sleeping with somebody's spouse or their fiance, or you sleeping with same sex, trans sex, whatever sex, okay, you are defiled. You are dishonorable. And the person or people that you're sleeping with are defiled and dishonorable. And what's happening in the spirit realm to both of you within you is dishonorable and defiable against you too. Nothing is going for you. Everything is going against you because you are not married. So I come to motivate you and say, think about that. I come to stimulate your mind, provoke your thoughts. Because yes, you may be grown. Yes, you are an adult. But out of you being grown in your sexual acts, look what it's doing to your seed. Look what it's doing to your body. Look how you going to the doctor's office playing Russian roulette with sexually transmitted diseases, and spiritually, sexually transmitted demons are in your life. Spiritually transmitted demons are in your life. Spiritually transmitted demons. So not only are you getting natural diseases, you're also getting spiritual demons through your sex acts. Sex is not for you to do oral sex with people you're not married to. Sex is not for you when you are not married. Sex from God is only created for marriage. That's why when you do it within marriage with a suitable partner, not a compatible, that's the world standards. God said suitable partner. So with your suitable partner, with a kingdom spouse, sex is honorable and is undefiled. God smiles on it. It's pleasing to God. So when you choose to have sex and you're not married, you are dishonorable to God. You are a defilement to God. You are not pleasing to God. The aroma from your sexual actions is a stench to God as filthy rags. He hates what you're doing and he will not honor you. You are dishonorable. Your seed will suffer for your sins. Cursings are being released in your life. And whatever demons, the people you're having sex with, doing oral sex with, using sex toys with, whatever you're doing sexually with that you're not married to, you are becoming one with the demons in their life, with their issues, with their flaws. So when you're having sex and you're not married to this person, you are also becoming spiritually married to their demons. You are also forming an ungodly soul tie. And so you have all these different soul ties, ungodly soul ties with different people you're having sex with, or somebody else's spouse that's already married or in the process of getting a divorce. They're still married. Separated does not mean divorce. You're still committing adultery with someone. So I come to motivate you. Checkmate, check yourself, because you're wrecking yourself naturally and spiritually and mentally and emotionally and physically, because diseases, sexually transmitted diseases, don't work for you or to your good. They're against you and against your good because you sinned against God and you sinned against your good, yourself, your body, your temple, and you don't love you. So if you didn't know, when you're choosing to have sex and you're not married, you don't love you. And the person that's doing it with you, they don't love themselves or you neither. Because love does not come into agreement with lust. Love and lust are against each other. Love and lust don't even go in the same family. Okay? So this is just a little motivation. I came to motivate you about you. You need to think about what you're doing, because there's no way in heaven God is going to send someone who is marriage material to someone who is fleshly material, who is defiled material. There's no way God is going to send to you someone who went through a process, who is undefiled, who is honorable material, to join you in marriage when you choose to keep having sex with different people or one person, booty calls, one night stands, and you are defiled material. You are a dishonorable material. You are satanic material. You are lust-driven, lust-filled material, and your flesh is dominant. You are not worth it. Now, the person that chose to go through their process and close their legs and stay from between legs, the honorable material, the undefiled material, the honorable vessel, the undefiled vessel, they are qualified and more than worth being joined together with someone and being presented to someone that chose to go through a process in and through God of sanctification, purity, holiness, righteousness, being in right standing with God, and abstaining from sex until they are married. Not when they're engaged, not when they're courting, but in marriage. So I just came to motivate you, stimulate you, provoke you in a loving, joyful way, and push you and press you to think about you, what you're doing only against you, because love is what love does. Lust is what lust does. Love is for you and considers you. Lust is against you and disrespects you, and does not care how it affects you and what it's going to cost you, naturally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. So instead of you keep choosing to be a defiled, disrespected, lust-driven, always in agreement with your fleshly urges, always being between legs, hitting this and tapping that and bending this over, being in the alleyway with this person, having sex in the car with that person, doing booty calls, one night stands, still dealing with your ex because you like what they do to you sexually, all this stuff. Instead of being like that, why don't you make up your mind in 22 to let God deal with you concerning your sexual arena too? Because sex is not for you because you're single. That's what God said. He don't care what you going by what Beyonce and them do or celebrities do or whoever do in the world. He does not care about what the world says or what they say in Vogue or what they say in Mademoiselle. He don't care what the magazine says. He don't care what scientists says. He does not care about that. God said sex is not for you, boo-boo, if you are single. Sex is not for you if you're into homosexuality. Sex is not for you if you're into lesbianism. Sex is not for you if you're fooling with somebody's fiance or their spouse, or if they're in a separation, they're still married. You are adulterous. They're still married. Sex is only for those who are married. That's who it's for. So, with that being said, I just came to motivate you. This is motivation. Let this motivate you to get worse, or it's going to motivate you to do better. And the only way to do better and get better is in and through God. The only way to experience sex the way God intended it to, and to be undefiled and to be honorable in sexual intercourse, is obedience to God and doing it His way in marriage. Anything outside of that is against God, against you, against your reproductive organs, against your loins, your eggplant, your Eden, your bosom, even spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So you have no one but to blame for yourself when you're going to choose to keep having sex outside of the will of God, outside of matrimonial marriage, outside of what is righteous and holy. So if you're going to choose to, and when you choose to keep having sex and you're single, you're into homosexuality, lesbianism, perversions, masturbation, sex toys, and things like that, booty calls, one night stands, you're not worth or worthy of being presented to or chosen and picked by God for someone who is in position for marriage and worthy of the sexual intimacy that comes with marriage. So you're not worthy to be honored. You're not worthy to be smiled upon when you keep choosing to have sex with multiple people or one person and you're not married to them. You are dishonorable. You are a dishonor to God and to that person and yourself and to your children, if you even have children, or if you are pregnant. So instead of choosing to still be defiled and dishonorable, I lovingly suggest to you with motivation, go to God so he can wash you and cleanse you and purge you and purify you and sanctify you, every part of you, inwardly and outwardly, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, so that you too can become honorable and undefiled by just abstaining from sex and you're not married. Wait till marriage. This is motivation.